Right. So, I'm doing a collaboration with another YouTuber, TerrainbyAaron. We're doing a food container challenge. I've chosen to use this and this to make some terrain. But I'm having a hard time trying to work out how to do a roof. So I'm thinking I'll have to do some concept art.
Okay, so originally I had filmed myself drawing all of this, but I wasn't happy with the footage, and I didn't realise I wasn't happy with the footage till after the fact, and I'd started filling out the rest of the book, because I do tend to put in a few pages every now and then when I get bored. Here it is, the roof. The building itself, I wanted to fill it with lots of junk, just to make it more of a diorama terrain piece than just a terrain piece itself. I should probably tell you what's going on. So basically, I've been talking to another YouTuber, TerrainbyAaron, and we decided to do a little challenge between ourselves, which was to take some food containers and turn them into a wicked cool piece of terrain. I decided on a takeaway tub and super noodle pot. There's going to be a link to his channel in the description. Don't forget to check his half out, and let's get started. It's been a while since I've made some proper terrain. Let's have some fun and do some world building while I'm at it. But I will go into that a little bit more later. In the meantime, let's talk about this build. Okay, so when I was designing it, I decided I wanted a little workshop on the second story to go with it. So it was going to be a group of little trade spots that I needed stairs going up to the second story. I made these using foam core. I skipped a bit, the bit where I did the roof, because I ended up with about 3 different ones because I was not happy with them, because I kept changing it out. So we'll just go to cladding the outside of what will be our tower in EVA foam. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. My next door neighbour has decided to rebuild his entire bedroom today. I have to persevere because I'm on a deadline with this one. I work my way around it the best I can. Plastic hair curlers make really good fences, so that's what I use for fences all the way around the second story. I didn't include a bead montage in this one just because it was very fiddly getting things positioned right to take the photos and end up doing them all out of order and stuff like that, so it just didn't quite work for me. But we'll make it up in the next one of these terrain pieces that I do, promise. I added barbed wire. I used electric sealing wire for this. It's really inexpensive. I got mine off AliExpress for about £4. Some signs using some little wooden letters I picked up from the range. They didn't go perfectly as planned, but they got pretty close. One on the front and the back, and then I did a third one which we'll see later on another bit that's like an addition to. Took the whole thing down on a base, which I should have done right at the start really, but I was trying to be clever. Got onto making miscellaneous junk. Almost whiffed that one. Yeah, I started working on the miscellaneous junk that was going to be put around it and inside the actual terrain. Included some benches, a few little bead bots that are strung together dead quick. Looking a bit rough though, but still, it's going to be a playable piece of terrain, so the stuff that I wanted on, it didn't need to be too intricate. It just has to have little bits that distract your eye, and this helps your brain convince itself that it's almost real. All these bits that I was putting on the base are all well and good, but I wanted something to go specifically in the workshop. Now, I did some wood, made some stuff out of wood for this, little chairs. I made a little table as well, you'll see in a minute. Decided that I was going to paint those separate, just to make my life easier. That meant I'd have an empty table, which I wasn't happy with. So I decided to make myself a little table topper. And an ammo crate. There are a few more bits that I've made. You'll see them pop up as I'm painting them. Didn't include them because it was a time issue. Also, some of the filming was a bit iffy. Puts us at about the time for the story. Well, as I paint, obviously. Just because I slapped this together and it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on, so I don't really want to talk too much about it. For this to work, I need a bit of backstory. Alright then, sound, I've got this. You can do it, I believe in you. Let's go. Alright, my world is built around a different planet. This planet, the jewel in the night sky. There's this great cataclysmic event, and all humanity and all these other races all flock to it because they're the last bastion. It's wild and untamed, and the leaders of these groups decided that there was going to be a system put in place, a system to colonise the planet in the easiest way possible. It's called the Outpost system. The majority of what I build takes place in Outpost 414. So this Outpost system, they sent out small groups of people to set up these outposts so that they could migrate humanity away from the major clusters where they were overpopulated and overburdened for supplies. This helped them twofold. First, it got rid of those they didn't want to keep and feed. It also allowed them to colonise the planet faster. Some outposts thrived, others died. From megalithic cities covered in neon and bright lights to tin huts and farmland, there is an outpost for everyone. Well, my main outpost, Outpost 414, is in the middle of nowhere. And is a ramshackle stack of tin huts and buildings. And not a lot of people want to go there. Normal people, anyway. It is frequented by adventurers seeking the lost outposts in the wild wilds of the unmapped zones, where the worst of this planet resides. Because it gets a lot of foot traffic, but there isn't a lot of people there that live there. Their mayor, Major Max, decided that he was going to open up some trade stations solely operated by robots. Now, this specific trade station is operated by 3 robots. Their names are Snips, Tech, and Cage. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So my world are pretty simple, for the most part. Operated by AI, it's sort of degrades over time and gives them their own sort of personalities. So, the first one's Snips. He was a gardener bot. He has a thruster for legs and 3-foot gardening shears for one hand. But now he wants to be a hairdresser. So he got himself a little comb and he sits in his shop, hoping that one day someone will walk in just for him to cut their hair. Because he believes in himself and he believes that he can do a good job. Now it's Cage. Cage fancies himself a gunslinger. So that's what he does. Slings guns at anyone who walks past. Then he just throws the whole gun at them. He's a bit crazy, but he's very good at fixing guns. And he also has a good stock of bullets. So that's what people go see him for. If they decide to walk up to him, that is. Finally, that leaves us with Tech. Tech is the most well-rounded of the 3 because his AI is a little bit different. This is a copy of someone else's mind. I mean, I'm not sure whose mind, but they were really good at fixing things. Again, there still is some degradation, so he's slightly different than what the original person was, probably. But he can fix about anything, just anything, he can fix it. Anything mechanical, he can fix it. So, a lot of people go to Tech. Anything they need fixing, he fixes. And he doesn't charge a lot either. Okay, so that's the 3 robots that live in this trade station. If you have a look on my Instagram or my community posts, you will see these guys. They're going to be up there before this video goes out, so now? Anyway, I will be building them in a future video. I'm not sure if it's going to be the next one or the one after, but they will be getting built. I just haven't decided quite how I want to do it yet. But I know exactly how I want them to look. Like I said, go check it out.
You're right. So that was fun. I hope you enjoyed the little story element. And yeah, I had a really good time building this, to be fair. It's come out really good. Didn't look anything like what I made it out of, but I think that was the idea. The signs, they don't show very well up on this camera, but they are. I'm really happy with the signs. I have to start putting them on more stuff. So, and yeah, I'll show you this one, just in case you can't be bothered going on my Instagram. You can see him. This is Tech. Alright. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's time for the spinny bit. See you later.